And today is also Father's Day. So happy Father's Day to all the fathers, uncles, anybody who mentors other men because you father them too. Happy Father's Day to you. But I've got something to say about that. And it's this. It's this fatherhood. Fathers, we got to take fatherhood all that much more seriously than we have. It used to be kind of culturally ensconced. It isn't anymore. Fatherhood is under attack because patriarchy is under attack. Okay, maleness is under attack in our culture. And got to fight back. Have to absolutely fight back. Here's why. Here's why. And I tell you, the secularists and the feminists are not going to like this. But it's reality. The world is filled with patriarchal energy because God is Father. God is not Mother. All right? The creation is not birthed into existence. The creation is spoken into existence. And then the Spirit hovered over the waters, and God spoke. God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. It's logos. It's the wisdom of God. It brings order out of chaos. And that's fundamentally the male role in the world. The energy of God, and Orthodoxy really understands this, the energy of God, we don't partake of God's essence. We live in his energies. It's a lot like the sun. You get in a spaceship and you go up to the sun, you're going to get burned there. You're going to get burned up before you even reach it. Far, far away. You can't look at the sun with your eyes, because if you look at it too long, it's going to burn your eyes. It's going to make you blind. It's the same with God. But yet the sun pours forth its light, its warmth, and its energy. And the sun, the light, warmth, the energy of the sun keeps the whole biosphere alive, including me and you. Me and you. Because we rely on the biosphere for our own physical sustenance. That energy comes from the sun. And everything created in its own particularity flourishes when it has light and water. And God is the same way. We don't know the essence of God. Remember I said earlier, God is the Lord, and he has revealed himself to us. What we know of God is what he has revealed to us. He's revealed a lot to us. But that energy, we live in the energy. St. Gregory Palamas really made this distinction quite clear. There's the essence of God and the energy of God. We can't know the essence of God. And to philosophize about it is futile, because God is uncreated. God exists outside of existence. God is the creator even of existence. But he loves his creation, and he loves mankind. Philanthropos, the lover of mankind. So he reveals himself to us. So what? So we can be like him. And we call that the energies of God. That's a distinction St. Gregory Palamas made. He did a lot of his work when he was at the monastery of Vatopedi on Mount Athos back in the, I think, 14th century, back then sometime. And the energies of God is really what we would call, the power of the Spirit of God, because that's how the energies are administered to us. But here's the thing. Those energies are masculine in character. They're masculine in character because men are to bring order out of the chaos. Men are to build the bridges, build the businesses. Men are to fight the wars. Men are to protect the society. That's what men do, because the energies of God are fundamentally, in that sense, masculine, and those of us who are created male are to take those energies and do those things. Now, what do women do? Women bring life into the world. They bring life into the world. But in order for life to be brought into the world, and in order for that life to grow up strong and healthy, there has to be order. So as the boy grows, he takes on the responsibilities of manhood, and he does what a good father does. That's the way it's designed. But unfortunately now, what's happening is what? That's all under assault, and that's all under attack. Don't buy it for a minute. God is Father, He's not Mother. Our mother is the Theotokos. Men build the house, women give it new life. Father, that is so sexist. No, it's not. It's reality. Reality. Challenging that reality, challenging reality in order to impose another false reality in place of it, it always happens with the most morally loaded language. And if you dare stand up for what is right and true, and I'll say it, traditional, oh, you're a sexist, you're a homophobe, you're this, you're that, this vituperation, and it's endless. You're this, you're that, pointing the finger, slapping, sometimes even burning down a building or two, right? Stand up against that. Because if you stand up against that, you're standing for reality. And when you're standing for reality and you seek to build in reality as it is what you're doing is you're fostering stability. And when you foster stability, you foster creativity and the flourishing of the human person. And when those people attack it because they are laboring under an illusion that fundamentally and in the end brings chaos, and they're strong in their challenges, then you have to stand against that. You have to stand against that. Because where is it going? You see it where it's going. It's always the weak that end up suffering the most. So we have here now, and we see it with this whole transgender nonsense, right? You know who's going to suffer the most? The kids. The kids. The parents become confused, which is to say the man, the father, refuses to be a man and refuses to be a father. And they start experimenting on these children. And these children who are going through confusions that some children do, right, they're going to be locked into, they're going to be undergo these therapies, these transgender therapies, and then 4 or 5 years later they're going to grow up a little bit and they realize they've made a mistake, but they were misguided by the fathers. I'm putting the blame on the fathers. They're misguided by the fathers, right? Because they let this nonsense happen. Remember, it's we who have to bring order out of the chaos. That's our job. And then they wake up 5 or 6 years later and realize that a huge mistake has been made. They're kids, right? They're not in a position to make these decisions. A huge mistake has been made that cannot be reversed. It's already happening. The regret, it's already happening. But can you imagine what it's going to be like 5, 6, 7 years from now? It's always all these ideologies, all these false beliefs, these attempts to create counter-realities that don't conform to what is really real, always in the end bring in just a host of terrible suffering. That's why we got to stand up against it. So fathers, be a father. Be a father. Be a father. Stand up for your children. Stand up for what is right and true, and go and fight if you need to go and fight. Just do it. You know, I see a lot of the moms challenging this stuff in school boards all across the country, and it's a great thing that they're doing it. Mother bear stuff, right? Those who a mother brings into the world, she will protect unto her death because she's connected with what she gave birth to. It's one of the real mysteries of motherhood and womanhood, is that connection. It never dies, never ever dies. You see something really fundamental and characteristic about God's love in the relationship between a mother and the child. You see that. But I'm waiting for the day, and I think it's going to happen too, is when the fathers go up there too and start pounding on these guys as much as the women do. Okay? Then we're going to have some victory. Then we're going to have order prevailing over chaos. That's what fathers do. That's what fathers have to do. There's no more beleaguered, I would say beleaguered element of society, right, than the white father in America. Boys, he pounded down. He's pounded down. But it's fatherhood generally that is pounded down. Just pounded. Why? Well, it's because of these crazy ideologies that people want to impose. You know, beware of anybody who is promising you the New Jerusalem, but he's really offering you Babel. Because Babel is disintegration, is what it is. But fundamentally, even more fundamentally, it really comes from the very depths of hell, a lot of this stuff. I mean, come on, mutilating children, mutilating our bodies. This is good? This is a crime. This is an absolute crime. And it comes from the depths of hell. Why? Because in the end, you know, the devil tried to kill Christ. He couldn't do it. So now what he's going to try and do is going to try and remove Christ from the cultural memory. The only way you can remove Christ from the cultural memory, to remove God from the cultural memory, is you have to destroy fatherhood. That's what's behind this, ultimately. It's the demonic attack. That's what's behind this. And we have to stand up. And we begin to do it by just being good fathers to our own children. That's where it begins. I mean, that is revolutionary in this day and age, right? And then standing up for fatherhood and standing up for manhood and learning how to become better fathers, better men, because that too never ends. You go from father to grandfather. You go from single guy, you go to father, you go to grandfather, right? That's what happens. You learn these things. I'm talking about fundamental manhood. So on this Father's Day, let's ponder the things that are necessary. And let's ponder the things that are serious, that we seriously have to ponder. And let's all of us, men especially, women too, but I'm speaking to the men, learn how to become better men. Just learn how to become better men. And just say no to the lies. A lie is a lie. And just call it for what it is. You just say, no, it's a lie. And I'm not going to inculcate this lie, and I'm certainly not going to bow down just because a lot of people happen to be screaming this lie in this ear and in the other ear. Shut it out. Shut it out. And start becoming a stronger man. Recover the manhood. Deepen your brotherhood with other men, and we're gonna turn this thing around. We're gonna turn it around. We just have to say no to this. We have to take on the manly energy, which really comes from God, expressed as virtue. Become virtuous men. And start applying the virtues, the manly virtues in our life. The courage, the commitment, the sobriety, all those things necessary for strong and capable manhood. That's what we have to do. And that's what we remember on this Father's Day. Forget the Hallmark sentimentality. Okay, look at the patriarchs. Look at the saints, real men. Let's emulate them. And let's cultivate in our own hearts the manly virtues. Become men again. And say no to the lies. That's what I have to say about Father's Day. So happy Father's Day to everybody who are fathers. But I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you, we gotta man up. That's what we gotta do. We gotta man up, and we're gonna do that. We are going to do that.